Hello and welcome to the Main Cave. Now on today's video, I'm going to be running through an update to a previous video I made last year on the excellent DAKboard and how it's taken me this long to realise how a piece of hardware can eliminate all the stress of setting it up. So if you're new here, we make regular videos on technology for gaming and for your smart home, so please do consider subscribing as we may make a video to make your life easier and I wouldn't want you to miss out. So do hit that subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. As I said last year, I set up the DakBoard, and if you don't know what that is, think of it as like a highly customizable screen of pretty much anything you could think of, whether it be the weather, calendar, live stocks, news, world clock, you name it, it may just have it. And all of this is displayed in real time on one of your own monitors or TVs in your home or office. I have mine in the studio, and it's there for me to glance at, give me information I need quickly. And over the past few months, I've come to rely on it after changing my setup several times around the room. I have a spare 32-inch TV in the main cave, so I use that, but you just need a screen that inputs HDMI, anything. For my original video, a lot of the time was taken up setting up a Fire Stick TV, which is one option to get it displayed. Another option is to cut out all of the stress of setting up and getting the CPU from DakBoard themselves. There is also another option of using your own Raspberry Pi and setting up and doing this yourself a bit cheaper, but for me, I just wanted it all done as easy as possible. So this is the DakBoard CPU V4 with a preloaded micro SD with all the software and everything you need. DakBoard also sells this micro SD on its own that you can put into your own Raspberry Pi, but like I keep saying, I wanted this to be as easy as possible. Then in terms of I/O on the CPU, it has power, micro HDMI, 4 USB ports, Ethernet and 3.5mm. But for this build, I literally just used power and HDMI. And for the past 2 weeks, it has run flawlessly. I haven't tested any of the other I/Os and I won't be in this video. If I do find anything groundbreaking, I will make sure I post an update. So the CPU arrived and the first thing I did was plug it into a wall, plug in the HDMI and turned on my TV. There's no real unboxing to speak of as it comes bare bones, the CPU, power cable, micro HDMI to full HDMI cable. This particular version is the V4 and it's powered by the Raspberry Pi 4B. It has a quad-core Cortex A72 64-bit 1.5 GHz processor, which means it can pump out 4K video. It's housed inside this aluminium case and it's inside a built-in heatsink, which means, according to the website, it can handle the heaviest of loads. So once on and powered up then, what I was presented with was one of the easiest setups I have ever experienced in anything ever. I literally had finished and was worried that I hadn't done enough. So back to the setup then, and it was literally scanning 2 QR codes with my phone. The first time to connect the CPU to your phone and the next one to connect the CPU to the network. Then once that's done, I was presented with a unique code. With this code, I entered it into my DakBoard account when you get the add screen icon. Then, well, that's it. Setup literally took me under 4 minutes. If you watch my past video, you'll see that although it's easy, it does take a bit longer and there are quite a few steps and it does require some maintenance. But with the CPU, anyone can set this up and then leave it. It's that simple. So now with the hardware set up, the fun begins. Just set up a screen, or think of it as like a theme, refresh it, and your TV within seconds gets updated with exactly what you've created. So let's go through one. Here, I'll set up one from new. In your account, click on Screens, and then click Add a Custom Screen. You then get presented with a blank template. Name it and the next screen is where you can add all of your kind of widgets. So hit add a block at the top and you get shown a list of headings on the left for the widgets you can add. So let's add a simple clock telling the date and time. Click the widget and it appears on your screen. You now need to move this to the position you want it and resize the area. Now hit edit and you can change the clock showing different sizes, colors, even set up a schedule when to show it. So let's keep this nice and simple and just add the date and time to the top left. Next, I want to add a nice background instead of black, so add another block, down to the photos and backgrounds, and there is where you can link your own photos from pretty much anywhere you have them stored. Just click on the appropriate one and then edit the block. Here in iCloud Photos, it's just a case of adding your URL. But instead, let's back out and make sure this thing's easy, and let's just put some predefined images in. To remove the block, just click the block, then the 3 dots, and then delete. So add a block as before, but this time we'll choose nature and landscapes. To make it full screen, hit edit, settings, and then for the image I'm using crop as I don't want any borders. Now you can change anything you like, but here I'm just going to hit save. And now if you notice here, the date and time has gone. That's because it is below the image. So on the right hand side, you'll see the layers. Just drag the clock to above the image and then it appears on the screen. So that's it then, our very first basic screen. It's your job now to be as creative as you like, adding blocks, scheduling blocks, and coming up with ideas on how you want it displayed, all from the CPU plugged into your screen. There are way more options such as powering on and off and time screens, which I won't go through in this video as you can see what works best for you, but there are a plethora of options. I've tested this CPU with Wi-Fi and Ethernet and I'm running about 60 up, 20 down, and it worked fine for me on Wi-Fi alone, so I just left it as that with as few cables as possible. Now I can see DakBoard working very well in an office environment for glancing up at teams sharing information. Similarly, just at home to show things for the family on the lists, calendars and the like as I do. The CPU really does help eliminate the setup procedure and also helps in that there's no real troubleshooting needed, as there may have been with something such as like the Fire Stick. You pay to make your life easier and it works. With the Fire Stick, I did have to do a bit of tweaking over the past few months, but with the CPU plugged in, I haven't had to touch it at all. This CPU, although it costs around $150, it's for the simple setup and the time it takes to get ready. It's definitely worth it. I'm a huge fan of the DakBoard and I have been since my last video. So links are below where you can find everything all about DakBoard, and if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. I've had DakBoard running for a few months now and I'm really enjoying it. Okay then, thanks so much then. Till the next video, please like and subscribe. Bye bye.